Yo, whether you watching from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram, moviepilot.com, or YouTube itself. What up, world? So, it is the end of November, and it's time for movie talk. You read the title. It's my 10 favorite Disney animated movies, no Pixar. So, I mean, the traditional, there's like 56 or 58 established certified Disney movies. So like movies like The Brave Little Toaster, uh, James and the Giant Peach, The Nightmare Before Christmas don't count. And I do this video because the latest Disney movie, Moana, just came out. Check my review for that, it's posted. Man, there's a lot of Disney movies, even on my shelf, that I haven't seen that I really wanted to rewatch. And I just didn't have time, man. I wanted to watch The Emperor's New Groove. I wanted to watch Atlantis, The Lost Empire. I wanted to watch Brother Bear. I wanted to watch Treasure Planet. Basically, like all the Disney movies that came out when I was a teenager and thought that cartoons and animated movies was for little kids. And now that I'm 30, I realize I'm still just a big ass kid. I mean, even with that being said, man, I was born in the 80s, so I guess I was coming in to Disney movies. Like my earliest memories of Disney movies are The Great Mouse Detective, Oliver and Company, The Little Mermaid, Rescuers Down Under. So I came into to being a fan of Disney movies toward the end of the Dark Age or whatever it's called, the Bronze Age or whatever it's called. So this list is going to reflect the movies that really impacted me growing up and present day. The classics are the classics, man. The Snow Whites, the Sleeping Beauties, the Dumbos, the Cinderellas. Respect them, own them, but I just wouldn't call them my favorites. And I also want to end up rewatching as many Disney movies as I can of the official 50 some odd however many and doing a definitive this is how I would rank every Disney movie list. So even this list might change. So I've rambled enough, man. Let's get into the list. At number 10, you know, born in 86. The movie that came out in 1986 was The Great Mouse Detective. Um, if y'all on YouTube and watch Super Carlin Brothers, man, they did a video and they was talking about this a little bit, like how the Black Cauldron was like one of the lowest of the low points for Disney, and then The Great Mouse Detective was like just so well received that it helped finance The Little Mermaid and got Disney back on track. That I think like Oliver and Company was like the last movie of the Dark Ages. Yeah, like this is a Dark Age movie. It's a mouse as Sherlock Holmes or like Basil of Baker Street. And I like I said, I wanted to rewatch it to just like reignite my love for the movie, but I remember loving it. That's enough for me. And like who was like Vincent Price or somebody voiced the villain, and it's like real short and direct. If you haven't seen The Great Mouse Detective, man, I highly recommend it. At number 9, I got Moana. The reason for the list. Aluli Cravalho, mispronounced the name just like I did in the review. She was great as the lead. She was like she has her calling, but she's being called from somewhere else. And she has to save her island. And so the movie is literally a week old, so I won't go into any more of it, man. The Rock was hilarious. The animals were hilarious. The song was good. It kind of didn't go by the conventional you must have a love interest, you must have a main villain. There were obstacles that they had to overcome, and the chemistry was dope. But like I said, man, brand new movie, won't talk too much about it. At number 8, I got what is one of two of Disney's most underrated movies ever, in my opinion. At number 8, I got Bolt. John Travolta voices Bolt, probably in his last good movie. But he's like a hero, and Miley Cyrus voices his owner. And I think I hate saying I think because I should have rewatched it. I think he gets lost and he's trying to like find Penny. He's trying to re-find his owner, and he's on this TV show, and he thinks it's all real. Like it's hilarious, and he meets like these pigeons who are like the Goodfellas or something like that, and Nick Swartzen voices a hamster. It sounds dumb the way I'm describing it, but and Malcolm McDowell voices the villain. Bolt is great. I love Bolt. At number 7, I got Big Hero 6. It's based on a Marvel comic, man. Like, first off, that's what makes Big Hero 6 so dope. That it's basically a Marvel movie that Disney flipped into an animation. Baymax is hilarious. He is only supposed to make sure that his master is well, you know what I'm saying? He's like a home care, he's a like a live-in doctor basically. But after things transpire, the main character, he like trains Baymax, suits Baymax up. His friends all get suited up, and they become a superhero team, and they look for the villain. They defeat the villain. T.J. Miller, Damian Wayans Jr., Jamie Chung, Genesis Rodriguez. They're all like they all voice characters in true Marvel movie fashion, man. Stan Lee even has a cameo. At number 6, I got WreckIt Ralph. Man, like the black T-shirt and the black hat, like I really look like a floating head in this video. Wreck-It Ralph is so good. John C. Riley was perfect casting. Jack McBrayer was perfect casting as Fix-It Felix, man. But Ralph, he's the villain in the Fix-It Felix video game. There's just this video game world. Ralph he wants to be a good guy, man. He's at like that villain's anonymous meeting, and they all freak out. There's so many references and so many video game characters, and how he goes into the different games and he just becomes like in over his head and all that. This is one of the Disney movies that I really cannot wait to see what they do with a sequel. Like when Disney has the faith to theatrically release a sequel, you know that they have a genius idea for whatever it's gonna be. I think it's supposed to come out in like March of 2018. At number 5, I got Zootopia, which was released earlier this year, and like the movie, I mean, there's so many like positive messages and adult humor and references. Like the bootleg movie dealer already had Moana on bootleg, but it was like Meowana or something like that. There's a Breaking Bad reference. There's where all the animals in the police force are all savages. Like Judy Hopps is a little rabbit who wants to be a cop, who wants to make a difference, and when she gets told that she doesn't fit or that she's too small or that she's a female or whatever they do to try to discourage her, she just keeps going. She just keeps pursuing her dream of what she wants to do. And like Jason Bateman was perfect as Nick Wilde as the fox. It was so funny. Like this is high. I'm not gonna say where, but this is high on my favorite movies of 2016 list. You're gonna have to wait for my movie talk next month to see where. At number 4, I got what I feel is Disney's most underrated movie, and that's Hercules. Um, I love Hercules, man. He's got Pegasus. He's got the white horse. He gets trained by little Danny DeVito, and Hades, voiced by James Woods, is the villain in the movie. This is one that I need to rewatch as soon as I can. Maybe in January, maybe in February, when there aren't so many sequels for or previous installments for new releases coming out. December, I'm trying to watch as many Christmas movies as I can. In January, I've got the Resident Evil movies. I've got the Triple X movies. I want to rewatch all the M. Night Shyamalan movies before Split comes out. And then in February, man, all I got is John Wick, the Lego movie, and like one other movie that I can watch. So I can fit some Disney movies in there because I need to rewatch some old Disney movies. Hercules is definitely one of them. Because Hercules is voiced by the dude from Friends who Rachel was like selling clothes to in like season 4 or 5. And I don't think a lot of people know that. He was in Argo too. And even this poster, man, this is one of my favorite Disney movie posters. But if you haven't seen Hercules, man, I highly recommend you watch Hercules. I think the last Disney movies I actually got to sit down and watch were Frozen and Tarzan probably over a year ago. So at number 3, I got Beauty and the Beast. And I mean, how can you not love this movie? Like, the story is so great. Like, Belle becomes his prisoner to save her dad, and of course, it's a Disney movie. Of course, she falls in love with the Beast. She sees him for who he truly is before the last rose petal falls. It's a classic. It's a damn classic. I'm trying not to curse, because Disney, man. It's Disney and title. Kids might be watching. What up, kids? My number 1 and 2 can flip flop, man, because these are the 2 Disney movies that hit me the hardest and left the biggest impact on me. At number 2, I got Aladdin, and Aladdin, who is voiced by DJ's boyfriend from Full House. Fun fact for y'all, is Aladdin is great. And Super Carlin Brothers posted that video trying to get me to see the logic behind Aladdin and how Genie still owed a wish. And you couldn't break my fandom because Robin Williams owns this movie, man. R.I.P. to the GOAT, Robin Williams. Like, he was made to play Genie. That song was "You Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me." That song "In the Cave," man. That's so catchy. He did the voices and the impressions. He did that Jack Nicholson, man. That shit was so funny, man. Okay, Sparky, here's the deal. You gotta be a straight shooter, dude. You got it. And he did the voice, but I mean, it was drawn, but I could see Robin Williams making the voice in the recording booth. And Prince Ali, yes, it is he, Ali Ababa. And Jafar might be like my favorite Disney villain. But then my number 1 might be my favorite Disney villain. I don't know. Just talking about Aladdin gets me excited, man. And I'll fight anybody to the death. Aladdin has the best Disney sequels. Maybe until WreckIt Ralph 2 comes out. But as of right now, Aladdin got the best Disney sequels, man. The Return of Jafar, Aladdin and the King of Thieves are my favorite Disney sequels. And I'm gonna throw a loophole in there. My favorite straight to DVD Disney sequels, VHS at the time. These boys right here. And I wish Robin Williams could have voiced Genie in The Return of Jafar. But man, Gilbert Gottfried was perfect, straight spot on as Iago, and how he was a street rat from nothing to something, man, and the love story still came in. And my number 1, man, my favorite Disney movie of all time. If you fill in the ballpark in which I'm pulling these choices from, you should be able to guess. I mean, there's a few. There's Pocahontas, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Tarzan, Mulan, Little Mermaid. Was the Renaissance era, man. The 90s, man. Disney was knocking it out of the park in the 90s. But the one I didn't name, man, my favorite Disney movie of all time is The Lion King. If you was born in the 80s, coming up in the 90s, man, how could this not be your favorite? Jonathan Taylor Thomas, man. JTT. He perfect as young Simba. Matthew Broderick was perfect as old Simba. Jeremy Irons was perfect as Uncle Scar. James Earl Jones was perfect as Mufasa. Nathan Lane was perfect as Timon. Man, I still be singing Hakuna Matata, man. When my blood pressure rise, and you just gotta just let it all go. I mean, just sing Hakuna Matata, man. You'll just, it means no worries for the rest of your days, man. And how everybody, but Scar was such an evil genius. He flipped it to where he convinced Simba that he was responsible for Mufasa dying. And when he came back and learned the truth, man, like, Simba had to come back and get the throne, man. Like, this movie is so dope, man. I love The Lion King, man. It gets me hype. Why y'all think J. Cole call himself Young Simba? And it's hilarious too. Like I said, the songs is catchy, the characters are entertaining, man, and it's hilarious, man. And then Rafiki and Zazu. Wasn't it Johnny English or whatever his name is that voiced Zazu? He's like, "What's the dark place over there? You must never go there, Simba." And then he went there, like little kids. He went there. And then the hyenas had him cornered, had Simba and Nala cornered. And he said, "Row, row, row." And Whoopi Goldberg was like, "Do it again, do it again." And he did it again, but it was Mufasa, and that was so dope. You deliberately disobeyed me. Man, this video running too long already, man. I could talk about The Lion King for hours. It's tons of movies that didn't make my list. All-time classics: Snow White, Dumbo, Pinocchio, The Sword and the Stone, The Black Cauldron, The Fox and the Hound, The Rescuers, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, um, Robin Hood. I want to know your list, man. Don't flake. Yo, everybody loves Disney movies, man. Yo, 10 favorite Disney animated movies. If you say Toy Story, if you say Finding Nemo, if you say Ratatouille, Cars, The Incredibles, Wall-E, I'm gonna block you. That's how I do, because those aren't Disney movies. They're Pixar movies. So I'm a cop out. I told y'all at the beginning of the year now, my December movie talk and my January movie talk are going to be my favorite movies of the year and my most anticipated movies of the year. So the next two movie talks, y'all know what I'm doing. Find me where you find me, man. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd. Like, subscribe, comment. Like I said, find me where you find me, man. Peace.